Oh man,
Good morning. Good morning.
good morning. My head's killing me.
Head's killing you?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
just
look like around your eyes. You look a little bit tired or headachy or something.
I am headachy. I've already taken. It's just weird. I woke up with this.
Maybe allergic to sunshine.
Huh?
You're allergic to sunshine.
I guess I am. I guess I am.
Yesterday was the best day of the year.
So far,
Yeah,
today is going to be an even better day of the year.
I know. I think I'm going to take part of the afternoon off, and I ordered some patio stones and some gravel, so
That's
I got to do some hard labor.
that's good. That's good. Hard labor will do us all good.
Yeah. Well, I have a part of the backyard between the gate and the patio
Yep.
gets muddy all the time. So last year I put mulch down, thinking that would be a good cheap compromise.
And
But
it
now and
wasn't.
it's worked. But now the mulch is all breaking down, and we have mulch all in the house because every time the dog comes in, he's covered in mulch now. So anyway, I've ordered 24 2x2 patio stone things, and I got to put a little pathway there instead. So yeah, I'm looking forward to not soaking up
My
mulch
wife's
for 5 minutes.
planting everything now outside. Now that finally the winter temperatures are above freezing, which
Yeah.
is good to see.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I was talking to a guy yesterday who's in the UK,
Yep.
but he lived out here in Kingston for a couple of years. And I was telling him what a beautiful day it was. He said, yeah, he goes, that's what he found weird about Canada is there is real no shoulder season. It's like you go from freezing temperatures one day basically to summer-like temperatures the next week.
Yep.
Things change very quickly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's a very true observation. We've rarely had prolonged falls or prolonged springs. It's like hot, boom, winter.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
cold, boom, summer.
Nice, I know, exactly.
Couple
Well, even
of
last
things.
week was it last week or even earlier this week there was frost warnings.
Yeah. There were a couple of times when the beginning of the week was something like -2, -3, and by the end of it was +20.
Yeah.
I'm sure people who are sensitive to that suffer from that tremendously.
Yeah.
So how was yesterday?
It was good. Do you want to go first? Or do you want me to go first?
I want you to go first because I always do.
Sure. No, it was good. I had a call right after ours with this guy on my course, and it was a great call. It was the inspiration for the background I made, because my topic I wanted to talk to him about was just getting clarity on this whole cheese. Like, what is it? Like, I'm struggling. I know the theory behind it, and I intellectually get it, but I'm not able to translate that into something that's actually working so far. And the notion is like with the mouse and the cheese is, if the mouse wants the cheese, but if they know the cheese is in the hand of the cat, they don't want it. So I think like I'm giving off too much of a cat vibe with whatever it is that I'm doing. And then he used the analogy because he said he had a call with another person on our group earlier in the day, and they were talking about this other picture that I have here, which is like the people that are on the streets in downtown Toronto when you're walking around, and they're like, they basically jump out in front of you on the sidewalk and ask you to sign up for for charities and stuff.
Yes.
And the thing is, like, they're doing good work. I mean, maybe some of them are scams. I don't know, but let's assume that the causes are just, and they're helping people who need help.
Yep.
But the approach is such that, like, you see them in the distance and you immediately start strategizing for how am I going to get around this person without having to talk to them. So like I know myself when I was working down at Wrangell and walking from there, Spadina down to Union, I would have my headphones in, I'd have my head down, I'd strategically place myself behind somebody else as like a blocker. and we just laughed about it, saying like this is how certain methods of trying to solicit business is how you come across. Like it's a noble pursuit that you have, but people are seeing you as the person on the street wearing a vest trying to take their money. So anyway, it was in the experience that one of the lady he was talking to has had is, at least from this context of getting coaching clients, it is for her, she's made this transition from trying to hunt clients down to just being open and receiving them. Like it's a different mindset. Like you're just putting your stuff out there and let them come to you. And for her, it's started working.
So how does, okay, sorry, I have to interrupt. That is a very interesting notion. And I do believe in to like put stuff out in the universe and it's going to come back to you. Mm-hmm. My very practical question is, how do you sustain yourself in between the putting it out there and them coming to you?
Yeah. No, I know. It's.
I'm not criticizing. I'm all.
Oh, I'm with you. It's the. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer, but this is what I'm going to attempt to do in the next couple of weeks is change the way I'm doing things and be. It's kind of like when I was talking it through with this guy, it was like, how do you, like, you don't need lots of calls to action. You don't need all these links. You don't need, like, if you put something out there and somebody's interested in it and they know it's from you, they can find you. Like it's, I think we're so hell bent on let's offer them a frictionless experience so that they can just click right here and get what they want. But instead of the desired result, all that stuff is this cat peeking around the corner. So next week, I haven't quite decided. I got to figure that out today is what am I going to focus on next week? And my approach is going to be a much less, not that I don't feel like I've been in your face, but I'm not going to have links. I'm not going to have.
Yeah, you've been in your face.
I'm not going to have stuff like that. It's going to, and I'm going to also try to use like the concept of like open-ended questions and try to figure out a way to word them and stuff that engages with people. Like it's, I don't want to say controversial, but how do you make statements that provoke a reaction from people and try to get conversations going? Because I get likes and I get views, but I never get any dialogue on anything.
You never get comments from me.
Yeah, that I've ever put out.
Yeah, I feel that as well.
So I may just stick to the same topic I've been doing this week, which is this new managers thing, because it's for my course. And the lesson for this week came out. I think I'm supposed to set up a Facebook group or something. I got to go back and read the experiment for this week. But yeah, that was the takeaway I had yesterday. And it was funny because it was the conversation I had with this guy. We like normally when you do the peer coaching, it's like, okay, you're the coach for 30 minutes and then I'm the coach for 30 minutes. And it's very kind of structured that way and stuff. Anyway, we've been doing a lot of these peer coaching. So we started off talking about like, we're all running out of kind of things to be coached on. Because when you've had like 5 coaching sessions in 2 weeks, it's a lot. But the thing I had written down was to talk about this cheese thing. But I didn't bring it up at the beginning. We talked about a bunch of different things, talked about how we like the program, how we got onto the program, how we know Jamie, et cetera, et cetera. And then we got talking about connection, how do you connect with people? And I started talking about my mom a lot, which was good. So we had this like emotional kind of connection part of the conversation. And then somehow we circled back and he was sharing this stuff that came up with this other lady on his call earlier today, which had to do with, and I go like, so we talked about, he brought up this thing with the people on the street who trying to get your money for charities. And we talked, and I just laughed. And I said, it's funny because, I go, we had 3 minutes to go. We'd been on the phone for 57 minutes. And I said, like, we just finished talking about exactly the topic I wrote down that I wanted to talk about, except I never said it. I never brought it up. And somehow we just magically got onto that topic. And you basically have given me the insight that I need to decide what I'm going to do about it, to change what I've been doing. So it was just, we had a good chuckle over how somehow it all seemed to work out on the call. So that was my morning. And then in the afternoon I had a call. My friend she had some time in the afternoon, so she started going through all my modules that I finished for my Leadership for Retail Managers course. So she sent me a few texts just going like, this is great and whatever. And then I said, well, maybe we should have a call. So we talked at the end of the day, and she was just full of compliments, how much she loves it. And I guess I never realized, like, she was at a manager level for many years at Fortino's and then at Loblaws.
Yeah.
But I realized, like, she never would have been at a level that she would have gone to, like, company sponsored leadership courses and things. Like, I never got to go to any of those till I became a director.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, simple things like comfort zone and stretch zone, like she goes, this is great. It was like she was talking like she'd never heard of it before. I had another model that was, let me share my screen for a second. I'll show you. I did a slide of a recap of recaps. So every module I do, I make a recap PDF. And then for my own, because I was trying to, my next module that I got to build is the bringing it all together. So each one of these columns is like the recap of the model, but these are some of the models that I built. These are the main three. So your role as a manager, create a shared vision, get things done, help people grow and own it. So that's my leadership model. Then I've got my employee model, fair and equitable treatment, training, accountability, and freedom. And then I've got my coaching model, paradigm of coaching, coaching culture, and listening. So those are the three core things that I created in the course. But she's all over it. She loves it. I did a customer service piece here, which talked about NPS and talked about the customer journey, and talked about out of stock conversations that you have with customers, and how every one of those is actually a selling opportunity and a customer engagement opportunity. So anyway, she said she wants to do a whole another video on just customer service on that aspect of it, that will go in her orientation and training for all her staff.
And her staff is where?
She has 6 stores, so all the staff that works in all her 6 stores.
So all of the card stores, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's we haven't talked about how much that's going to cost or what's it going to take to do that, but she says she's interested in doing that. So that's some additional work that's already coming out of the whole thing. Mind you, that's all assuming she's still in business after June 2nd, now that the lockdowns have been extended again.
Yeah, that's fun.
But she's kept 10 people on her payroll through this whole thing. And she moved store locations of her Mississauga store during the pandemic. And she moved stores and opened for 3 weeks and then had to shut down again. So that's kind of killed her. Anyway, it was a good.
Did you ask her?
She's not doing. Her online business is really picked up from what it used to be, but that's because her online business was a more like a hobby side hustle. She was never really focused on it. But her business is that business, like, it's, she's missed 2 Mother's Days now. She's missed Christmas. She missed Valentine's Day. She missed graduations. Like she'll never get those sales back. They're gone.
Yeah, that's true.
So what she says, like she's very confident that she'll get her sales back in terms of she'll be back to the sales levels that was her norm pre-pandemic. But she's, it's cost her a lot of money. Clearly, I mean, there is some government programs and things, but I mean, she's paying rent on 6 locations and paying for 10 people to be working.
That is a lot of money.
Yeah. And then I texted Jamie yesterday following up, and then he got back to me this morning and said they've been super busy. He hasn't had a chance to share it with his team yet, but he will. Keep nudging him, and then fist pump emoji. So
I have to give it to him. He did take the time to respond.
Yeah, exactly. And it was a more thoughtful response than just than it could otherwise have been. So yeah. I mean, I recognize, like, I knew when I was going into the meeting with him, like, he's in the process of in his sales cycle of filling up his courses for his next cycle. So I know he's super busy and focused on that right now. So I'll just, next Wednesday, I decided, I was telling my wife, although she didn't like my plan, but I said, like, every week it drags on, I'm taking a day off. So, last week I waited 7 days because he said, get back to me at the same time next week. So now he said, nudge me again. So next Wednesday, I'm going to nudge him. And then if it goes another week, then it'll be Tuesday, and then it'll be Monday. So each iteration of nudging gets 1 day shorter. That's my big strategy. But I'm also trying to be mindful of, like, when I got to check the end date of my actual course, because I think there's like a line in the sand that if you want people that are actively on the courses to do the beta testing, you're better to get it done during the course of the actual course, so that you can have better engagement with it than waiting till the course is technically done.
That's true.
So my plan too is, like, next week I'll just nudge him and say, hey, have you had a chance yet? And then if he comes back and says, no, not yet, then I'm going to respond and say, like, you know what, I'm going to throw it out there about, without committing to anything beyond just doing a beta test. Like, how do you feel about just getting a beta test out there? Everything's ready to go. Like, all you have to say is do it. And I've got everyone's email on our course. Like, all he has to say is go, and it will happen. He doesn't have to do anything, and he doesn't have to commit to anything. And then,
I mean, you should say exactly that, and just say, like, give me a point person on your team who I'll just give all of the content that went into this app, so you can say yay, nay, because, I mean, his brand, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's all his voice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's I think if he says go, you'll just go with what you have. It's just when you say that, like, give me a point person, it means it's like, that this is about him. That this is about his brand. It's just one of those things. Yeah, courtesy.
Courtesy, and like, you thought this through. It's not like you just, oh yeah, this is a cool app. I know, and I understand that I'm playing around with your image. Yeah,
exactly. Anyway, it's gonna. I gotta go. I'm gonna go in there, and I'm gonna set up the Google Analytics on it, and change from the anonymous emails to the actual emails, just for tracking purposes.
Did you set up tagging for the website, or is it not a website?
The tagging, like we talked about yesterday, for easy search?
No, for tagging, to be able to see where people click, or is that built into Glide?
I got to explore. All I know is that it integrates with Google Analytics, beyond that, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch their video and see how to set it up.
Yeah, what is going on?
So that was my day basically.
That's very interesting. I have to say it's quite exciting how it progresses.
Yeah, I mean, I had a good day. I feel good about it. I didn't make any money, but I still feel good.
Neither did I, but I have an update for you in terms of what I've done. So allow me to share my screen. So after our conversation yesterday, to recap, I've changed my ads to stop talking about the niche and talk about something like this.
Yeah.
First step in business. No idea how to start your business. Step one attached.
Nice.
My business is focused. I have perfect clients. Step number one in business. No. Well, that's a fancy thing. I think, are those the three? Yeah, those are the three that are running right now.
Cool.
And that's what I changed. And then this is, do you like my ribbon? Look at how it comes down, eh?
I do like that.
I don't like that heading because the heading doesn't explain what's being done, but this is the beginning of a sales page.
Yeah.
This will need a lot of editing. So this is as far as I've got, like how it works for everyone else, how it can work for you. And that's,
I like it.
I have so many ideas, so I'm just going to be doing brain dumps here because I fully recognize that this is not like this whole page. This is a pre-built landing page.
Yeah.
So you can see how you can get into how this works.
Yeah.
Some testimonials, program overview, if bonuses, if you had any, pricing, FAQs, all of that good stuff. So it's got the components that I need. It's just now my biggest thing is I decided I'm not going to freak out over this. I'm just going to put whatever comes to my mind on the page.
Yeah.
Because there's something at the end which will have to happen is how do you tie everything from personal lands on the page? How do you communicate what you're trying to do from the get-go?
Yeah.
And then once you've got that hook in place, how do you easily transition to the person so they can understand what is it exactly that you're offering? Because there's a lot of text right now.
Yeah.
But before we get to that text, how do you get to maybe have an image that kind of shows, look, this is how usually people do it, and this is how you can do it.
Yeah. I'm going to send you the slides I got from Amy Porterfield's thing.
Yeah.
Because there is a section at the beginning she has, I'm just looking at it now, where it says, which one are you, one, excited about earning potential, two, motivated to lessen or leave behind one-to-one client work, three, intrigued with simplifying your business. I thought there was another. Anyway, there might be some stuff in here. That is helpful in terms of what kind of language people are using and how she's positioning things. Like I've got, what have I got here? 130 slides.
Wow. So yeah, so the work has begun on this one.
When did those ads start that you put out?
Oh, that's for the SLO.
Yeah, I know. Did that start yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. So too soon to tell if there's
one click each.
Okay.
At least they got a click.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
That's good.
And
the language seems much more, I don't know, like the conversations they're having in their own heads.
Yeah, and I removed any reference to nutritionists, to naturopath. I just said, like, look, coaches, entrepreneurs. What did I say? I thought that, you know what, if I'm advertising this to the world, it's still applicable. I don't have to be ashamed of it. If anyone doesn't like it, I said, my dear entrepreneurs, coaches, and consultants, remember the time when your business idea was born? The burning desire to help everyone and the feeling of endless possibilities? And then you started your business and you were shocked by the challenge of getting traction with your clients, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let me take a look.
How long do you have those scheduled for? A week?
Right now, I'm determined. I look at their performance and they switch it up. I just switched one off because I already had 200 impressions and 0 interactions.
And what's your audience that you picked?
Female entrepreneurs and Female Entrepreneurs Association.
Okay.
It's about 4.8 million across many countries that speak English.
Yeah. And was there an age or just
age? Yeah, age group was. So this is across US, Netherlands, Canada, Sweden, United Kingdom, Denmark, Australia, Iceland, all English-speaking countries, 30 to 64 women.
Yeah. Did you give any thought to reaching out to that? Was her name Susan, your one client that was on the webinar the other day about her website? Huh?
To engage, ask her.
Well, just to tell her you were looking at her website and, here's a few tips you want to share with her.
Oh, I have not done that, but I really should do that. I really should do that.
I also hired my niece. My niece is an artist.
Mm-hmm.
She's just finishing up her, I don't know what program she's in. She wasn't doing like animation and stuff. So she posted on her Instagram that she's doing commission work now. So I'm getting her to do some artist sketches for my website of like a cartoon version of me, like an animated version.
How much is she charging?
$50 per character.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Developed the whole course and selling it for $37, but hey.
Well, it's funny because I texted her that she put it out. I guess it was Wednesday night. I saw the thing and I replied to her saying I'm interested in doing something for my thing. And then last night she sent me the first draft of it. So, I mean, it doesn't take somebody who's a good artist very long to draw something.
What kind of drawings does she do? People only?
No, well, she has one published book. She did a co-op term at a place and she did animation for a kid's book, like animals, dogs and things. But the stuff that she had on her post, it was kind of like fantasy characters.
Do you have her drawing in an email or in a digital format somehow?
Yeah. Want to see it?
Yeah, I had an idea because I'm thinking maybe this is a very powerful drawing. I see the fonts are really speaking to me.
This is my my vision is like playing off that whole superhero thing that I talked about before. Is
this like a lead magnet you're doing?
Well, right now this is just going to be like on my about page or somewhere on my website. I haven't fully.
Hold on, I'm looking at enrolling clients, right?
Yeah, that's not it.
Oh,
this is the sketch.
Yeah, Team UYP logo. Yeah, that's nice. That's $50.
Well, I'm getting a version in just like jeans and a t-shirt kind of thing, and then a superhero version.
Mask for sure.
overlay, mask and gloves.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, because I was just having thought, because that type, like those types of sketches, I don't need the finished one. It would be nice if I could illustrate the sales page with those, like the flow, instead of boxes and all of the shapes, like have it drawn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
technically,
you could probably do a free, I don't know if there's a free version. There's a, like, I got Toonly, but there's another one called Doodly.
yes, Doodly. No, I might actually, I just might want to do it by hand, like myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then take a picture and then use that as an image on the website.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool look. Like
It's a cool look, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's something about that. I mean, even this sketch, I mean, I can't explain it. I like these sketches because they have this feeling of authenticity and work in progress. It's not finished. It's not polished. Polished,
Yeah.
Polished. It's not. It hasn't been to Poland yet. But what it does convey, at least to me, is this is authentic work. This is somebody in the process of doing it, and because it's not built, you have this. Anyway, sorry, I'm going.
Yeah, it's got like an artisanal quality.
Yeah, it's sort of like work in progress, and you're like, wow, I can see it coming together.
Yeah,
I know where it's going, and I can see it coming together.
Yeah, people can relate because that's how they, pad and pen or pencil, like sketching things out and ideation.
Yeah,
kind of thing. That's for sure. And for the first time, I'm going to do posts over the weekend because I've been doing my 5 tips. I did my first post was 5 tips. Then I did tip 1, then tip 2. Today was tip 3. So tomorrow and Sunday, I'm going to do tip 4 and 5 to keep that string going. Anyway, and I did my Thursday thought all on that same topic.
You know what? It's interesting what you were saying earlier in the conversation. I had the same group of thoughts going through my head because I was thinking about this idea that I'm going to try to launch and then rope you into it because you'll see the inevitable benefit that I have created. But realistically, it plays nicely with that whole cheese analogy.
Yeah.
Because that content about how do you put together a course, or that content that I want to put together on, let's say, how to do a joint venture through Thrivecart, or how to use affiliates to promote your course. All of that, my original thought would go into the paid version of my membership site.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that Tom peeking from around the corner. It's like, yeah, come on in. Membership site, money monthly. I hope you forget that you have this membership and just keep paying me indefinitely.
Yeah.
There is part.
Kind of like at the end of your video the last week, I said I wasn't going to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. Sign up for the membership.
Yeah.
You need to edit that in part.
And I specifically created markers so that I cut that off if I need to.
Yeah.
And that was meant to be a joke, but I regretted saying it afterwards. No, I mean, if you're promising people something, the worst thing you can do is not deliver on your promise.
Yeah. It's funny because I've noticed, like, Biden does this a few times, and he goes, I shouldn't be saying this, and then he says it anyway.
I shouldn't be saying this, but the following secret operations are now on the way.
Yeah, but I've noticed with Jamie, he'll be thinking of something. You go, oh, I shouldn't tell this story. And he goes, actually, I'm not going to tell it, and then he doesn't. Like, it's the only conscious examples I can think of where I've heard somebody say, I shouldn't be doing this, and then he actually doesn't do it. Because normally when you say I shouldn't be doing this, it's followed by doing it.
Yeah, no, yeah, you respect that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, um, this is this is back to the days when people were still in the office. You know, the gossip.
Yeah.
He or she asked me not to tell anyone. I'm just
Yeah.
going to tell you. It's kind of like, I'm not going to tell you anything, because even if I ask you not to tell anyone, you will.
Exactly.
You're just breaking a person's trust right on the spot in front of me.
Yeah. That's not good at all.
No. So yeah, so the thing is, yeah, when I was writing the context yesterday, you know how much it costs to put together a course? How long did you spend on your first course? How many hours would
Oh
you estimate?
God,
Huh?
a lot. Well, so I started November 30th is when I started. I registered my business, so I probably started like 2 weeks before that. So let me think, because from November, let's say November 15th to February 1st. So I think I did my first course might have been done just after the new year.
Yeah.
And then I did Interview Simulator, took me probably 4 weeks, and then Leadership for Teens took me 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So
I think
4 to 6 weeks.
yeah, 4 to 6 weeks.
And back then
All in, right?
I was probably working like 50 or 60 hours
Yeah, I believe you.
a week.
Yeah, my first course, it took me a good 2.5 months,
Yeah.
because I remember it took me a while to prepare all of the content, like all of the editing, all of the stuff that goes into polishing it all up and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I was thinking. So my page says you have to invest 14,000 now to build your dream course. Well, what if you didn't? And then I break it down. Let's say 3-4 months of work, and it's like 40 days of work,
Yeah.
6 hours a day.
Yeah.
Your hour is worth $50, which is nothing, but let's say it's $50. That's $12,000.
Yeah.
$12,000 of just time. Yeah, people don't value their time that way, but they should.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then on top of that, we spend in excess of $2,000 over the 3 months just to maintain, like, even if you take the memberships and cut them down, like divide them into the 3 months chunks, all of the stuff that you had to do it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to juxtapose that with the cost of this membership, which is going to be, I'm thinking it's pushing now, like coming close to like $89 or $99.
Yeah.
I don't want to break,
because I had 99 in my head the other day when we were.
yeah, I don't want to break 100, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely seeing the benefit, especially because it also expedites the time to completion. And this is what I want to do. Is what I want to find a way of elegantly conveying this on a page. So when people land on it, it's kind of like, I get it. So tomorrow I sign up and immediately I get templates. Okay, this is the template of how to think about the course structure. This is my course material. This is where I need the copy for the like course description, blah, blah, blah. Like everything is pre-done.
Yeah.
All you do is fill in the blanks essentially.
Yeah.
Because I like that, like the Jenna structure. Remember, I walked you through how you kind of create the big promise.
Yeah.
Kind of create like name the transformation that you want people to achieve, and list out the steps, like the 3 to 5 steps to achieve it.
Yeah.
And then you take each step and break it down, and it's all of a sudden like, yeah, I can see it, versus staring at a blank page like, and now we get to work on the course. So that's all sent to you. Meanwhile, in the back end, let's say a person buys a Kajabi pack. No problem. Your stuff is being set up on Kajabi. These are the images I need from you.
Yeah.
These, like, I want a landscape. I want 2 landscape images that you can just send me the links to those images that you find on Splash.
Yeah.
And that's it. So convey to people that this is a structured approach, that you have to provide input into, but the technical stuff, it's all done.
Yeah.
And what I discovered is it's actually not going to take a lot of time. For example, automations.
Yeah.
Let's say an active campaign, or I'm sure in Camtasia you can do the same thing. Like I can clone an automation.
Yeah.
And all I do is I just create a different tag at the beginning that triggers the automation.
Yeah.
So if it's a welcome sequence for Greg the Master course versus Greg the Landscaper course, I just change the tags, clone the automations, they're ready to go. Create a list takes what, 5 seconds?
Yeah. Well, and this is, I don't know if this is practical advice or not, but I know, like one of the things I learned the hard way when I was building all my Access crazy reporting stuff all the time, is I'd fall into the trap of naming fields like sales 1999, sales 2000, things like that, right? So then anyway, I eventually came to a structure where I had CY for current year and LY for last year.
Yep. So that you don't have to rename those fields all the time and all the code.
Exactly. So, just thinking about your automation, right? That it's automation sequencing. It's email 1, email 2, email 3 that's referred to in a folder. So when you change clone the automation, you're just changing the reference folder, but the person, populates email 1, 2, like it's all the naming convention is standardized. So that when you clone and repurpose the automation, there's a minimal amount of things that you need to change.
Yeah, but you need to change the text because an automation, when you clone it, it clones everything that goes, like all of the logic that goes into it. So then the only thing you need to do is you go into email 1 and paste the text.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I didn't know. I don't know if it's where the text of email 1 lives, if it lives in a file or it lives in
the way I see it, yeah, it should be because there's this girl that sells her course for $37, which has all the templates and email swipes.
Yeah.
If I get enough clients, or if I get clients, period, there can be a reason to buy that course because I'll just use her templates and just say to people, here, this is your welcome sequence. Fill out the blanks.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Cool. I have another coaching call at 11:30, and then I'm probably going to take 2 or 3 hours to do some patio stone work.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice warm time to do that too.
Enjoy some sunshine.
Exactly.
Start complaining about how hot it is.
Let's do that. Let's do exactly that.
After complaining about the cold for months.
It's all good.
It is.
It's all good, man.
It is.
Okay, I'll talk to you Monday.
All right, Monday, my Zoom link.
Your Zoom link, indeed. Yeah, unless inspiration strikes and I badly want to share something with you.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
All right, see ya. Have a good weekend.